Look at how good that looks. Look at that, guys. Beautiful, beautiful. Hey everyone, Dave here, back in the kitchen, and today we're gonna be making the ultimate carnivore cloud bread pizza. I do have a video on my channel where I make some amazing cloud bread pizza, some awesome cloud bread, but this time we're going carnivore on it, which means sans the almond flours, coconut flours, all that stuff. It should be good. We'll see. I've never tried it before. I'm generally bad at these sorts of things, but that's the fun of the show. We gotta start off by cooking some meats though, because it's carnivore. You gotta have some nice cooked meats. So I have with me right here my big fancy Blackstone E-Series griddle thingy, not sponsored, but I do like this thing. It's only like 200 bucks and it's way better than like a pancake cooker or anything like that. And we're gonna cook up a pound of sausage. Oops. Just ground up sausage. And a pound of ground beef. I'm kind of torn. Should I do them at the same time? They're all gonna end up in the same place. Will it mix the flavors? I don't know. I'm a little scared to do them all at the same time. Nah, let's do it. I'm feeling crazy. So a pound of ground beef is also gonna get cooked up on this side. Actually, I only need a half a pound, but I might as well cook it all. So you can do this on a normal skillet in an oven or whatever, but I am doing it here on my Blackstone, just so you guys can see and I don't have to move my cameras around. So break it up best you can, and you just wanna brown it fully. And this will probably take, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, probably 10 minutes at the most, maybe 7. I mean, I could time it, I guess. All right, so as you can see, it's coming along. I imagine a lot of people watching this understand how to do this, but if not, like I said, you just put it on a hot surface, a skillet, non-stick pan, you don't need any oil or grease or anything, and you just kind of cook it up for a couple minutes till everything's brown. And this is gonna be one of the toppings for our ultimate cloud bread carnivore pizza. I think it's gonna be really good, I'm not sure, but you gotta kind of stick with me and we'll find out. You know, I went to a Rolfer. You guys know what Rolfing is? You should look it up, R-O-L-F-I-N-G. It's some sort of fancy deep tissue massage thing where they try to, you know, make you healthy, because my back's been bothering me. And the Rolfer, when I went there to talk about my back, kept harping in on the point that I really need to get rid of carbs and gluten, get them out of my life because they cause inflammation. And she was going on and on about how she personally has been doing carnivore for the last year and she's felt better than she's felt her entire life. She's like 64 or something like that. So I thought that was interesting. It was motivational for me to be like, okay, I gotta really try to get off the carbs, get off the gluten, and start feeling better. You know, and we're still in a new year. So, you know, new year, new me. All right, this beef and sausage are almost done, very soon. Couple seconds, then I'll take it off, set it aside, and we'll throw some bacon on, because we need bacon too for this recipe. It's carnivore, there's gonna be lots of meat, guys. Animal-based diet, is that what it's called? You know, my brother's on an animal-based diet. I should send him this recipe when I finish it. Maybe he'll try it. In hindsight, I'm glad I did them both at the same time on this big thing. You could, of course, do the same just by using 2 skillets on your stove. All right, so I'm gonna take my beef off and set it on a plate here. And then I'll put my sausage on another plate. We'll set those both aside here. All right, so that's all cleared off, guys. We now want to throw bacon on. It calls for 6 slices, and I'm gonna cook it on the same thing. Again, you can do it on the stovetop if you want. 1, 2. This thing is a great tool for sure. Flip over the bacon here. All right, so once your bacon is cooked, which I'd say my bacon is pretty cooked, you're gonna set it on a paper towel plate or whatever. That's what I do to get some of the grease out. And then we can actually get into this cloud bread pizza. I will say I'm gonna save this grease. I'm not gonna clean it because later in the recipe, we're gonna use that as part of the recipe, this bacon grease. I did clean it after the pork and the sausage, but the bacon grease we're gonna hold on to. So let me move this out of the way and we'll be right back. All right, so here we are, guys. We need 4 eggs separated for the actual cloud bread pizza part of this recipe. So I'm gonna use my little egg separator like so. I'm all fancy, I'm all prepared. 3 bowls, 1 for the shell, 1 for the yolk, and 1 for the egg white. Last time I tried to make cloud bread pizza, I went through like 17 eggs. So we're trying to increase my effectiveness. Now there's a bunch of shells that went through there, but I can get them out. Wasn't ideal, wasn't the goal, but it happens. So you wanna do this at home, just separate out. Where'd the shell go? Here's one. But yeah, the goal is to only use 4 eggs instead of 18, because you're only supposed to use 4. But my, see, look, the yolk's coming through. We don't want that. 3 and 1 more. Boom. There we go. All right, so look at that. We're set up for success. Bring over my big Mammer Jammer KitchenAid. I've never actually liked this thing all that much, but someone recently told me you can adjust the height on it. Is that true? The problem is they told me you could adjust the height on them and then lifted it back. Mine doesn't lift back like that. I don't know. I don't know if mine's adjustable. Now this is what I'm bad at, the stiff peak part of eggs. There we go. To make cloud bread, you're supposed to take the egg whites and beat them with cream of tartar. In this recipe, it's with cream of tartar. I don't know if it's always like that, but put the egg yolks in here and then add some cream of tartar, half a teaspoon of cream of tartar to be specific. All right, I found a 1/4 teaspoon measuring spoon, so I'll just do that twice. Guys, if you need kitchen stuff, make sure you go to daveskitchenmarket.com. That's my site. Bunch of people selling really nice, either pre-owned or brand new kitchen stuff. Use code CookingWithDave to save $5 off your first $10 or more order. There's a lot of cool stuff over there. You gotta check it out. Follow the marketplace, become like a member. It's free. There's chat in there so we can talk, all types of really cool stuff. It's the future of websites. You gotta check it out. daveskitchenmarket.com. Now we just wanna mix this up until we get stiff peaks. Again, I'm kinda bad at this. I'm gonna have to watch like 8 YouTube videos on stiff peaks and what they should look like, because I gotta figure out what they're supposed to look like, but I'll show you what they look like at the end of it being done, but we're just gonna mix it up a lot for a couple minutes. I just had a thought. I think if I create stiff peaks with this, I'm then gonna be like on a timer where it's gonna like deflate. So maybe I should do the other steps first and then come back to that. So I'm gonna leave that there unfinished. I just turned it on, don't worry. We're gonna do the other steps first. Okay, so your oven should be preheated to 350. We need a 1/2 cup of cottage cheese, full fat, you know, curdy cottage cheese, and we're gonna blend that up in any old like blender mixer you have. I'm gonna use my little Ninja Chop thingy, which I do like. It's nice and easy, and it's like 20 bucks brand new, so it's cheap. All right, that should be nice and blentified, and it is. And I'm just gonna take that cottage cheese and put it into a bowl. It could probably be a bigger bowl than this, but this was the bowl that was most readily available to me. And so that's what we're gonna use, this bowl here. And we're supposed to add the egg yolks to this as well. So the egg yolks go in with the cottage cheese. And then you need 2 tablespoons of softened cream cheese, which I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering correctly, there's ounces. Well, I can just literally use a tablespoon to measure it. That'll work. All right, there's 1 tablespoon. Just get my dirty fingers all over. No, I'm just kidding. I washed my hands, guys. Calm down. A couple years ago, back in 1984. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I was born in 1984, though, so do some mental math there, guys. How old am I now? All right, to this mix, we're going to add a pinch of salt, and then we're gonna mix it up with a fork. Get it all well blentified. Oops, it's shooting everywhere. It's all right. My cream cheese is not as softened as I want, even though it's been sitting out for like 45 minutes. Guys, I am actually gonna put these egg yolks and all that stuff into a bigger bowl, because I'm realizing I have to combine the egg whites that I'm gonna like fluff up, and they're gonna be much bigger, and so it would just not fit. All right, so now that we have this pretty ready, I mean, it's still kind of chunky. Should I take like, I guess I could use my other mixer to mix it more thoroughly. I just want to make sure it's mixed. Oh, my bad. There we go. All right, I'm happy with that. Now we're gonna bring our KitchenAid back into action and let it do its thing. All right, that's been doing its thing for a minute. Let's see if they are stiff peaks. I need like a spoon. Where, right? You just take it. Is that a stiff peak? It seems like a stiff peak, folks. I think we're where we need to be. I think. I'm very bad at this, like I said. Stiff peak. That's stiff. Okay, so now that we have that, we're gonna start folding it in to this. How do you fold it? I don't know. Like that, apparently. You guys have told me that's not really going great, I don't think, but whatever. Let me take this thing off, make it easier. You want it folded in, but you don't want to deflate it. And that's where it becomes a little tricky. You definitely don't want to use the mixer. And as a extreme non-professional at this, do as I say, not as I do. It's looking pretty good though. It's looking better than last time I made cloud bread pizza. Any more? A little more here. Now let's do one like quick mix without deflation. No deflation, although deflation in the economy can be good. I'm not an economist, folks, come on. I did get a baking sheet and put some parchment paper on it. I gotta be careful not to overdo this. I think I'm gonna stop now. I think it's well combined, or as best I'm gonna get it. All right, so now we take our parchment paper. We wanna create our pizza crust here. About a 1/2 inch thick, it says, which I think, you know, that's more like an inch. So we gotta go down a little bit more. But that is going to be our cloud bread base. Put this into the oven at 350 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. I've got plenty to make a second one, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Maybe this one will make a little bigger. Ooh, uh-oh. I don't know. There's a little extra yolk in this one for some reason. Maybe I didn't mix it good enough. I was really scared I'd deflate it, so maybe I didn't go as much as I was supposed to, but whatever, we're doing our best, guys. Same idea. See, like there's a little bit of the like liquidy stuff at the bottom. It's good enough. This one's gonna go in there too. All right, so our cloud bread pizza's cooking. Like I said, you could use this time to make your meat if you want to. I made it ahead of time. You can chop up your bacon if you want to put it in small pieces on top of it. You've got options here while you wait for that to cook for 20 minutes. Pepperoni, it says you can do ham if you want to. If you want to get some like diced up ham, you can use that as a topping too. But we gotta let that cook first, then we're gonna top it, then we're gonna try it. But yeah, you do get to be a little bit creative when it comes to the toppings. I've showed you, it doesn't feel very sharp, does it, folks? I've showed you what I'm gonna use, well, mostly. So you can kind of decide for yourself, but I'm chopping up my bacon. I have no idea if this is gonna work, by the way, so it's gonna be interesting to find out. Now, another thing you can do is take some Parmesan. I will be doing that and shred it up as an additional cheese for the top of your pizza. I like my little box shredder thingy. Never really does me wrong, so I'll just get a bunch of cheese ready. All right, guys, the cloud bread pizza is on its way. It's not done yet. We need to put some bacon grease on it, because health and stuff. That's all bacon grease from earlier. This is just gonna add some flavor, some deliciosity to our carnivore cloud bread pizza. Spread that like that. This cooled, I mean, I cooked it for about 23 minutes. It has now been cooling for about 5 minutes. Now we want to sprinkle some mozzarella cheese over the top here, like so. And then we will also put a little bit of that Parmesan that we shredded up earlier. My mozzarella is a little melted, probably because it was near the cooker thingy when I was making all the meats and it got hot. So add some parm here. We're gonna add some of our sausage to the top, our crumbled up sausage that we cooked earlier, like so. Not too much, but not too little either. Everyone loves a nice meaty treat. Okay, there's our sausage. Then we take our ground beef. This is gonna be a carnivore delight. Then throw some bacon on it. Healthy, guys, healthy vegetables. This is like you watch those people who do like carnivore and fasting and they have one meal a day, but it's like the most decadent, hefty looking meal you've ever seen. Then we're gonna throw some pepperoni on top. Like I said, you can, I might be going overboard with the amounts of meat I'm putting on here, but it is gonna be delicious. And then you can add ham, diced ham if you want to as well, but I think we're probably good. Now this goes back into the the oven for 10 to 15 minutes. All right, I've got my other piece here too, or a little pizza here too. We do the same thing, but I'm gonna go way lighter on the meats and stuff, just in case I overdid it on that one. I don't really know. That way I can at least guide you. There's some cheese, a little bit more of the Parmesan, a little bit of sausage. Like I said, I'm going lighter this time, in case I overdid it last time. I don't know, I've never done this before. Take some beef, less bacon, a little bit of pep, and this will be the lighter version of the pie. Put that one in too for 15 minutes. We're gonna be back in just a few minutes to try this cottage cheese, keto, carnivore, cloud bread, ultimate pizza. It's gonna be amazing, I hope. I'll let you know. See you in a second. Okay guys, how does this look so stinking good? That's the second one I made. Look at how good that looks. Hold on, I can zoom in. Look at how good that looks. Nice crust. I'm pretty excited about how good this came out. This is my meat lover variety. Check this one out. That one's where I went hardcore on the toppings. I think this one's more realistic and gonna be more true to pizza. So we're gonna try that one, and this one's just for me. All right, so let's go ahead and slice into it here. Now I'm supposed to let it sit for 5 minutes and I haven't. So that's on me if this screws up because I'm impatient. Let's see if we can get a slice out here. Oh, dang. Look at this. Boom. Check this out. Okay. Look at that, guys. Beautiful, beautiful texture and consistency. Mmm. Holy cow. That's really, really good. Like, it feels like I'm eating a pizza, but there's like no carbs in it, guys. Almost no carbs at all. I feel like this is the best I've ever done at making a cloud bread anything. As far as texture and consistency, like I nailed it finally for once. And I love it. I think you should try this, guys. If you're on carnivore, this is the way to start the new year, for sure. It's delicious, it's light, it's low carb, it's carnivore, it's everything you could want. You don't even notice the missing sauce, honestly, which is what I was most concerned about, was missing sauce, and I don't even notice it. So, really awesome. I'm gonna give this like a 9 out of 10 on the keto/carnivore scale. It's close to a 10. I don't know anything I could have that'd be like, oh, I want pizza, but I can't eat carbs. This is like the creme de la creme. Like I've had cauliflower, it's terrible, cauliflower pizza. I mean, okay, some people like it, I don't like it. I like the cauliflower tater tots I made on this channel, but I don't like the pizza. This, on the other hand, is actually an excellent replacement. Now, if you are keto, you probably could get away with a little pasta sauce or spaghetti sauce, pizza sauce, whatever, some rouse if you want to. But if you're carnivore, this is perfect just as it is. I recommend you try it, guys. I recommend you go over to daveskitchenmarket.com and buy some cool stuff. Support the people over there and get some cool items while you're at it. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.